the afterburn. Looks like a jet engine. Look at that. The smokeless tabletop fire pit, I think, is one of the coolest things ever invented. And not just because it's given me the opportunity to sell mini firewood for those tabletop fire pits, but I think the tabletop fire pit is just something that allows people to have a very unique experience that's unlike anything else. So you may have noticed recently that tabletop fire pits have exploded in popularity. They're everywhere. There's all kinds of makes and models and sizes to choose from. But there's one thing that I found now that I think can take the tabletop fire pit to a whole nother level of being cool. And that thing is the Changemore secondary combustion cap for tabletop fire pits. It has two pieces. I'll explain that in a second. But what this thing is this is a cap for your tabletop fire pit, your 7-inch tabletop fire pit. I have the Solo Mesa XL out here tonight. And this thing, what you do is you take the cap off that comes with it, and then this Changemore cap fits on top of that. And what this does is it allows for a secondary combustion chamber. So if you're not aware of how these tabletop fire pits work, they have air intake on the bottom, and then these rings around the top burn off the smoke and the fumes, and you get like this this afterburn when you're having a fire in there. What this cap does, it gives you another afterburn, a reburn of the afterburn. But it's supposed to increase the oxygen intake by up to 200%. Now, that other little piece, this thing is called the flame intensifier cap. So you can put this on to like center and intensify the flame coming out of the cap. So we're going to test this thing out and see how well it burns and if it does actually increase the flame coming out of the Solo Mesa XL. If you are interested in this cap, I do have a link down in the description. It's available on Amazon from Changemore. I also have down in the description and below this video on YouTube, you can get some back 40 mini firewood to go in your tabletop fire pit when you pick up your Changemore cap. So we're going to be using tonight to test this. What I've got laid out here is a couple different types of back 40 mini firewood. We have this is some maple that I want to see if it's ready to burn. This is some of the ash that we split in a few videos ago from some of the pallet cutoffs. I got some white pine back there. I've got some poplar or aspen. I've got some hard maple, some oak back there. This is the hard maple, this is the hickory, that's the oak, and that's the walnut. So we're going to be testing all these different types of mini firewood tonight and see how they burn. All right, I'm going to add a little fire starter in there, and then I'm going to put in some of the mini firewood. Now once you get your fire going, you may want to use like a glove or something when you put that cap on, because you just want to watch out that you don't burn yourself if it does have a big flame coming out. So all right, we will put this on we'll get that going right there. And what this cap allows you to do is, you can see here, I've got this wood sticking up out of there. So by using this cap, you can get a little more wood down in there. I decided to put the regular cap on first, and then that way we'll have a comparison. So I did put the original cap that comes with the Solo Mesa XL back on, just to get this thing, we'll let this get going and then we'll swap out those caps. But one thing to note with any of these so-called smokeless tabletop fire pits is, for them to be smokeless, they need to burn off the fumes and the smoke. So when you're first starting your fire, you will have a little smoke until it gets hot enough to actually then burn off the smoke. So we're getting going now. Should be a little bit. We'll check back, and then like I said, I'm going to see how this burns with this cap on, and then we'll take that off and put the other one on. All right, we've got the smokeless flame going, and it's burning pretty good. Don't quite have any of the secondary burn yet inside the chamber, but There is a shot of the flame right now. So I'm going to swap those caps out and see what kind of a difference it makes, if any. So you can see it's burning pretty good right now. We've gotten hot enough to where we're burning off the smoke, but let's just swap out the caps and let's see if it makes any difference. And the flame looks like it's getting a little higher, a little more intense. Yeah, it's looking good. The flame is definitely starting to get taller. So I moved the camera back a little bit here just to be able to capture the height of the flame because it is going kind of high. It's burning pretty good. I'm going to get the flame intensifier ring and put that on to see if it makes a difference. So here's another look at that. This is what's called the flame intensifying ring. You put this on and it's supposed to intensify the flame. So it does kind of just focus the flame going into the center there. I don't know if it's really, I guess, intensifying it that much, but kind of cool to kind of, like I said, kind of just focus the flame coming out of the center. That is a nice looking flame though. Oh yeah, that's getting really high. So if we look down in there, I don't know if you can see or not, but we are getting some of that nice secondary burn, the afterburn. And now this thing is getting pretty tall. Look at that. Looks like a jet engine, rocket engine. So there it is. There is the Changemower cap, secondary combustion cap on the Solo Mesa XL. And again, these caps are made for all tabletop fire pits that are 7-inch diameter. And if you think that flame is looking nice, not only do I have the Solo Mesa XL burning right here, we got a fire going right next to it in the fire pit tonight, and we also fired up the sauna. So I have 3 fires going that I am tending to right now this evening, but it's a nice way to unwind and relax at the end of the day. So the Changemower cap for the tabletop fire pits, I think, is pretty cool. I definitely notice a difference in the flame. Again, it's just one of those things, you know, some people are going to say there's no difference, others are going to see a huge difference. But if you want to check it out, if you have a tabletop fire pit and you want one of those caps, the link is down in the description. It goes over to Amazon. And then the other thing is if you need any mini firewood for your tabletop fire pit, don't forget back40minifirewood.com. Down below is a link as well to the website where you can pick some of that up. So let me know what you guys think of the Changemower cap. I don't know, I think it's a pretty cool idea. And I think as time goes on and these tabletop fire pits become more and more popular, I think you're going to start seeing more and more innovation happening with things like this, with this cap. So we'll see what's next. So I'll leave you with some shots here coming up as things get a little darker. I'm going to run right now and grill up some burgers. So thanks for watching. We'll see you next time. Stay safe, have fun, and be cool.